First, but why did you do that? Why did you insist on showing everybody God's penchant for asymmetry and cruel sense of humor? You look like somebody fired your ridiculous lumpy head from a cannon at low velocity. It skipped across this lake, knocked over that ineffectual trebuchet, rolled into an unserviced porta potty, and was viciously mauled by a child-sized stack of multicolored poops and feminine products.
What?
You look like somebody lost a pumpkin carving contest above your neck.
That's a good one. Nice.
You look like an angry incognito clitoris. You confuse me. Ask me why. I was told that God is merciful. I believe this when I think that God did not make me look quite like you, but He made me look at you, and that was mean. Perhaps it's not so bad for Jeremy being Jeremy. He does not have to look at himself, after all, being the source of all the harm. Perhaps he has grown used to it. Perhaps he is quite accustomed to the alcoholism, atheism, and spontaneous miscarriages provoked by his attempts to smile at girls. I have been paid to insult you, but I confess I don't know what to call you. Ask me, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
If I call you ass-faced, and people believe me, that might put an end to the sport of sodomy. If I were to call you a bastard, that would be as if to suggest that you came forth from an act of passion, instead of being indifferently wrung from a lukewarm nightstand sock, as I suggest you actually are. I said sock. Jeremy, do not eat, or if you must, do not do it publicly. I would rather see a baby shot with an arrow than to watch your spastic attempts to get a spoonful of chili in between your shaky, pocky, badly shaven cheeks. And do not go to church, or if you have to, sit in the front pew. Ask me why.
Why?
So only the priest would have to look at you, Jeremy, because maybe a good priest would have enough Jesus Christ in him to exorcise from you whatever demon slung on you a pair of gonads where God gave most men a chin. And threw your nards to a small breed dog who ate them but was understandably still hungry when done with his not very satisfying meal. Now, normally when I insult somebody, I've got to be careful what I say. Ask me, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
I cannot call a tall person short, or a thin person fat, or a clearly attractive person ugly. I am gainsaid by evidence. But with you, I have what the French call carte blanche. What negative thing could I say about you that anybody could disagree with at all? I could say you're a latent homosexual, you have a funny-looking scalp, you masturbate too much, you have ugly feet, you fart like something being murdered with hammers, you can't assemble a Lego set, anything, and anybody who's met you even briefly will say, yeah, that is Jeremy. I feel so excited to have all this abundance of insultery in front of me. I don't know what to do with myself. I'd like to take a celebratory whiz all over your ridiculously aerodynamic dome. But I'm afraid I already exhausted my bladder on your cousin/sister, where she lay passed out in very green for St. Patrick's Day duck shit near the whorehouse she was fired from for inexplicably making the sound of a didgeridoo when she farts. They call her the didgeridoo. Please give her a round of applause.